7-day loan period, and you definitely can put a hold on these too. So let's go inside and have some fun in the snow and check out this great park. Well, so one of the things that is a lot of fun to do while you're out walking, and we're actually walking now on the Berg Trail in a minute, do a winter scavenger hunt. Now I'm going to link this below in the description box, but this is a scavenger hunt that you can do, and it is just exploring your world around you in the winter time. We are looking something to find, we're going to look for different things, we're going to try to listen to the nature all around us. Maybe we even find a different smell and definitely a feel. So this is our scavenger hunt, and you can print it off, take it with you when you go for a walk in the woods. It is a lot of fun, and it gives you definitely something to do and explore. So one of the things we are definitely going to do is trying to listen to some birds, because I have a lot of birds that are chirping around me, little chickadees, and maybe we can see if we can find one. Alright, so one of the really fun activities you can do here is feed the chickadees. The chickadees here are well trained. The important thing to do is to bring proper bird food. So here I have right now black sunflower seeds, which is an absolute favorite for the chickadees. It is a lot of fun to do that here at Darlington Park in the winter time. Well, one of our things in our scavenger hunt is trying to look for animal tracks, and I actually have found some right here. Right here. There's one here, and it's moving all along over there. So one of the things, or one of the ways I can find out what kind of animals made those tracks is by checking my animal track book. And if I look closely in my book, let's see if I can find it. Well, it's definitely not bear. Let's see if I can find. Definitely not a toad. It's a bigger animal. See if I can, oh, here it is. I think when I compare this, I will see that it is a white-tailed deer. And what I see is really just the back hoof prints of a deer. So books like this are so helpful in trying to find out what animals are around in the wintertime. All right, and I did check my animal tracks of my checklist. Now, if you want to have a lot of fun, you can actually make your own mystery tracks in the snow. All what you need to do is cut yourself some big, fun, imaginary footprints. Strap them to your boots. And I have a strap for the front and a strap for the back. All right, let's strap them on. Let's make some mystery footprints in the snow. Well, if somebody has footprints like this in the park, that would be quite a surprise, and I think a lot of people would be puzzling what possibly could some creature make those footprints. Part of this beautiful Darlington Park is being so close to the lake. So we have the lake on the one side, but over here we have this large, well, you can call it a pond, always really important that any pond gets cleared to be able to walk on because the ice is always very unpredictable. But you see here, it has frozen. We do have a fairly good ice cover now, and that is also something we can check off on our scavenger hunt where it says frozen puddles. So I think we're doing excellent with our scavenger hunt so far. Well, another thing on our winter scavenger hunt is feel. How does winter feel different than, for example, summertime? Well, one of the things is you can really feel well in the wintertime are seed pockets. So this is a little thistle and it has these seed pockets, and they are very, very, very prickly. And yes, you don't want to push down with your fingers too hard. And of course, another thing that you can feel in your hand is the cold snow, and that is really a nice feel. This snow is nice and fluffy still, but boy, is it cold in my hands. Well, one of Darlington Park's ecosystem is a marsh, which is usually pretty close to a lake. And of course, we have a really nice marsh, and one of the plants that grows into marsh is a bulrush. And in the wintertime, it looks like this. It's fuzzy, and you can actually pull the little seeds out, and sometimes you can even blow on it. So not only is that fun to do, but you're also potentially planting more bulrushes, which is actually a plant that cleans the water. Well, and of course, what would be an adventure walk without some snacks? And of course, in the wintertime, the best snack and drink and to get our energy back is hot cocoa. So I've made some hot chocolate at home and brought it in my thermos. All right, it's steaming hot, and of course I brought my marshmallows with me too, because what would hot chocolate be without marshmallows? And I'm a little generous because I like them. So there's nothing better than a nice cup of hot cocoa in the wintertime in the snow. Another thing on our winter scavenger hunt checklist is we're looking for different kinds of trees, and one of the trees that we have in the winter time are evergreen trees. Now these trees keep their needles green all winter long. So this is a pine tree, and when you look above there in the branches, you actually see a pine cone. So there's actually two things we can check off on our scavenger hunt. We're having pine cones and we have an evergreen tree. And when we walk over here, this is a deciduous tree, or a tree that loses all its leaves in the fall and then gets new green leaves in the springtime. It probably colors in the fall a nice orange and then loses it again for another season. Another thing that I've just discovered, which we're also looking for, is a little icicle. That is another fun thing to discover in the winter time. Of course, when you go on an adventure walk, don't ever leave without your magnifying glass. You can discover so many cool things when you just take a closer look. Now, one of the safety things that we should always keep in mind, that you never use your magnifying glass and look right into the sun. So you point your magnifying glass always down. But what I have in my hand right now is a snowball, and when I look with my magnifying glass, it is incredible because I see all sorts of different snowflakes, and they are fantastic looking. They sparkle in the sun, and one of the fun facts is that no snowflake is alike. Each and every of the millions and trillions of snowflakes are all different, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. So go out in the snow, and it's particularly fun when it is snowing or just after it snowed, and check out all these one-of-a-kind snowflakes. All right, another discovery I've made is more animal tracks, and what you see here is actually a rabbit that's hopping off right from in the thicket underneath that big tree. I got my book out again and double-checked that I got this right. But yes, this is what a rabbit foot looks like. However, this one has made really big hops because you see the large distance between each footprint or set of footprints. Now, this is a busy spot. There's a little squirrel having an afternoon lunch. And of course, lots of our feathered friends are coming to have an afternoon snack of black sunflower seeds. And an adventure walk in the snow should always finish with making the tried and true most fun activity of the wintertime is making snow angels. That is a fun activity for all ages. And that is my very own snow angel, and with this I conclude my winter adventure walk at Darlington Park, one of the fun Ontario parks here in Southern Ontario, right by Lake Ontario. All activities will be linked below in the description box for you to download and take on your own adventure walk. I'll see you out here.